Let us consider miscellaneous exercise today. A and B are two events such that probability of A is not equal to 0. Find probability of B given A. There are two cases. So, answer for this is straightforward question but important. Usually this kind of questions will be asked. Probability of B given A is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. Probability of A is not equal to 0, that given. Now let us consider first case. When A is subset of B, A intersection B is equal to A only. Therefore, probability of B given A is equal to probability of A divided by probability of A, that is one certain event. B, when A intersection B is null set means probability of A intersection B is equal to 0. See, once again I repeat, know the difference between these two. A intersection B is an event. Probability of A intersection B is a number. Okay. Therefore, probability of this will be 0 divided by probability of A. So, that is 0 again. See the second one. This is also one of the frequently asked type question. A couple has two children. Find the probability that both are males if it is known that at least one of the children is male. That means you have to find the probability that both are males given that at least one male children, isn't it? So first write the sample space. What are the possibility of two children combination? That is BB, first boy, second girl, first girl, second boy, or both are girls. Okay, that is the combination. Now consider n is Fourier. A is, let E be both are males. Event F is at least one male. E intersection F is both males, BB. Probability of E is 1 by 4. Probability of F is 3 by 4. E intersection F is 1 by 4 again. This is also 1 by 4. Probability of E given F is asked. Probability of both males given that at least one male. That is what you have to find. So that is nothing but E given F. So required probability it is. So probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F, that is 1 by 4 over 3 by 4, that is 1 by 3. Similarly for B, E both females, GG, elder one is female, that is GB, GG. Elder one is female means only these two combination. Other one is boy and girl and boy, that cannot be the event F. So probability of F is 2 by 4. E intersection F is only GG and probability of EF is 1 by 4. So probability of E given F is equal to probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F, that is half. Suppose that 5% of men and 0.25% of women have grey hair. A haired person is selected at random. What is the probability of this person being male. Assume number of males is equal to number of females. So percentage of males with grey hairs is 5%. That of females is 0.25%. So total percent of people with grey hairs is 5.25. So selected haired person is male, means 5 divided by total, that is 20 by 21. So this is direct question based on definition of probability. That's all. Suppose 90% of the people are right-handed. Probability that at most 6 of random sample of 10 people are right-handed. So the total population and hence the sample is also can be categorized as right-handed and left-handed. So probability of right-handed is, that is 90%, isn't it? 90 by 100. So probability of left-handed is complement, because only 2 types, no other category, that is 10 by 100. And here P is 9 by 10 and Q is 1 by 10. N is sample of 10. This is clearly binomial distribution example. See, X is number of right-handed. Right-handed persons. So X may be 0 to 10. Probability function is Px is equal to Ncx P raised to x Q raised to n minus x. See, what is that? Required probability is at most 6. Maximum is 6, means less than or equal to 6. That is, or here you can write, 10 it is, not 20. 10 Cx 9 by 10 raised to x 1 by 10 raised to 10 minus x. So this is what? Summation. Okay, less than or equal to means this may be probability of 0, probability of 1, probability of so on up to 6. Okay, so this can be written as summation, where r is from, or if you take x only, x is from 1 to 6, 10 Cx 9 by 10 raised to x 1 by 10 raised to 10 minus x. X is running from 0 to 6. So you have to get 7 terms and make the total of that. I hope this much is enough. An urn contains 25 balls, of which 10 balls bear a mark X and remaining 15 bear Y mark. A ball is drawn at random and its mark is noted and it is replaced. Okay, that means with replacement experiment it is. If 6 balls are drawn in this way, find the probability that all will bear X mark. No, not more than 2 will bear Y mark, at least one will bear Y mark. The number of balls with X mark and Y mark will be equal. See, totally there are 25, and the 25 balls can be categorized as X marked and Y marked, only two ways. So and the probability of X mark and probability of Y mark is constant always, that is 15 by 25 or 10 by 25 always. So this leads to binomial experiment and hence binomial distribution. So let us define here. Totally there are 25. X marked balls is 10. Y marked balls is 15. Okay, now all will bear X mark, Y mark. You have to stick on to any one. That is, let us call, since X and Y are given, you have to define some other Z. Probability of let Z is let the random variable Z be number of Y marked balls. You can even define X also, but here in most of the question Y are considered. Better you define Y marked balls only, otherwise you have to change it again in the next cases. Y marked balls. Okay, see, what is N here? This is not N, this is capital N. X is 6 balls are drawn, isn't it? Yes, if 6 balls are drawn means N is, okay, X may be 0, 1, so on up to 6. Now probability of Z is equal to 15 by 25, that is 3 by 5. This is your P. Therefore Q is equal to 2 by 5. N is equal to 6. Now probability function. Probability function Px is NCx P raised to x Q raised to n minus x. That is, n is 6, Cx 3 by 5 raised to x 2 by 5 raised to 6 minus x, isn't it? Okay, now let us write one by one. All will bear X marks means probability of all X marked balls means probability of Z is equal to 0, or this is Px. X will be 0, that is 6C0 3 by 5 raised to 0 2 by 5 raised to 6. So this is how much? 1 1 2 by 5 raised to 6 is the answer for first part. So part B is probability of Z greater than 2, more than 2 is probability of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. or 1 minus probability of z less than or is equal to 2. That is 1 minus probability of 0 plus probability of 1 plus probability of 2. Sum of these three and 1 minus of that is 2 by 5 raised to 6. Here 6c1 3 by 5 and 2 by 5 raised to 5 plus 6c2 3 by 5 square 2 by 5 raised to 4. You find out this separately and please get the answer. At least one will bear y mark. C is probability of at least one y marked is equal to probability of 1 minus probability of none is equal to 1 minus p0, that is 1 minus p0 means you already get here 2 by 5 raised to 6. Please you complete this one, okay, yourself. Number of balls with x mark and y mark will be equal, means totally there are 6, both are equal means y will be 3. So D is probability of x marked is equal to y marked, that is equal to probability of z is equal to 3, or that is P3 is equal to 6C3 3 by 5 raised to 3 and 2 by 5 raised to 3. 6C3 means 620 into 3 cube into 2 cube divided by 5 cube, or this is 20 into, that is 27 into 8, 20 into 27 into 8 divided by 125, it may be wrong, sorry, this is 6 not 3, this is 6. So these are the probabilities. Okay, sixth one is, in a hurdle race, a player has to 100 hurdles. The probability that he will clear each hurdle is 5 by 6. What is the probability that he will knock down fewer than 2 hurdles? Let x be, let x be number of times you clear and knock down the hurdle, or number of times he knock down and clear the hurdles. Okay. Probability is, we knock down hurdles is equal to 5 by 6. Q is 1 by 6. N is 10. So X is binomial distribution. So probability of X is NCX P raised to X Q raised to N minus X. That is 10CX 5 by 6 raised to X 1 by 6 raised to 10 minus X, isn't it? Now what is the probability that he will knock down fewer than 2 hurdles? That means probability of X less than or is equal to only less than, fewer than, like strictly less than, is equal to probability of 0 plus probability of 1, only 2, 1 and 2. So 10C0 5 by 6 raised to 0 1 by 6 raised to 10 minus 0 plus 10C1 5 by 6 raised to 1 1 by 6 raised to 9 it is, that is 1 by 6 raised to 10 plus 10 into 5 by 6 into 1 by 6 raised to 9 means 6 raised to 10 it is, that is 1 plus 50 divided by, this is also 6 raised to 10, 6 raised to 10 is equal to 6 raised to 10 51. Okay, I am sorry, slightly change has to be made. See here, in a hurdle race, player has 100 hurdles. The probability of he clear hurdle is 5 by 6. He knocks hurdle is 1 by 6. See, number of times he knock the hurdles, because what is the probability that he will knock down, that is asked. So you have to define X as number of times he knock down the hurdles. That means probability of clear the hurdles is 5 by 6, that is given. That means probability of he knock down the hurdles is 1 by 6. This will be P. Make a note here. This should be P. This is P. Okay. And this is Q. Please change that. Okay. Then NCX P is 1 by 6 raised to X. Q is 5 by 6 raised to 10 minus X. Now these are correct. Only thing is you have to change P and Q's. See here, 1 by 6 raised to 0, 5 by 6 raised to 10. 10C1 5 by 6. Sorry, this is 1 by 6. And 5 by 6 raised to 9. Now if you take 5 by 6 raised to 9 common, 5 by 6 plus 10 into 1 by 6. Okay, so this is 5 by 6 raised to 9 into that is 15 by 6. 15 by 6 means 3 2 the 3 5 the 5 by 2. 5 by 2. So this is 5 to the power 10 divided by 2 into 6 to the power 9, isn't it? Please make a change there. A die is thrown again and again until 3 sixes are obtained. Find the probability of obtaining the third 6 in the 6th throw of die. Can you understand this problem? The third 6 should be come in the 6th throw. Okay, that means the first 2 6 may be in any one among the first 5 throws, and third should be in the 6th throw. Okay, what is the probability of 6, number 6 is 1 by 6. Probability of non 6, that is 5 by 6. This is Q, this is P. Okay, let us find the first 2 probability of getting 2 6s in 5 tosses. Okay, see, probability of third 6 in 6th throw means probability of 2 6s in 5 throws and third 6 in 6th throw. Okay, this is what. So that means probability of 2 6s in 5 throws. 5 throws into, since these two are getting 2 6s in first 5 throws and getting third 6 in 6th throw, these two events are independent. So you can multiply, getting 6 in 6th throw. Okay, 2 6s in 5 throws. Getting 2 6s in 5 throws, this follows binomial distribution. Here, suppose x is number of 6s, random variable x is number of 6s. This may be 0, 1, so on up to 5. So probability of 6 is 1 by 6, q is 5 by 6, n is 5. So px is ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x, that is 5cx 1 by 6 raised to x 5 by 6 raised to 5 minus x. Okay, that you have to write here. Therefore P2 is equal to 5C2 1 by 6 raised to 2 and 5 by 6 raised to 3. So this you have to write here. This is probability of 5C2 into 1 by 6 raised to 2, 5 by 6 raised to 3 into probability of getting 6 in 6th row means that is independent. Probability of getting 6 is 1 by 6. So what is this? 5C2 means up to 3 get cancelled to 10 it is. 10 into 5 cube divided by 6 raised to 5. Isn't it? So this is the required probability. Here you have to write this, okay, because how to write this? Eighth question is, if an year is selected at random, what is the chance that it will contain 53 Tuesdays? Okay. See, actually the question is, if a leap year is selected, okay, I slightly changed this. Let us consider this is, suppose, for a non-leap year, total number of days is equal to 365 days. 365. Okay, that is equal to 52 into 52 weeks plus 1 day. 52 complete weeks plus 1 day. That means 52 Sundays, 52 Mondays, 52 Tuesdays, 52 Saturdays plus 1 day. That 1 day may be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday, isn't it? So out of 7 you can select any one, so probability is 1 by 7. B, for a leap year, total number of days is equal to 366, that is 52 weeks plus 2 days, and that 2 days may be Monday and Tuesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, Wednesday and Thursday, Thursday and Friday, Friday and Saturday, Saturday and Sunday, Sunday and Monday, isn't it? Again that repeats. So among these pairs, how many contains Tuesday? 2. So probability here is 2 by 7. This is one of the important example frequently asked for many competitive exams, not only in your CET or JEE, but many other bank exams any clerical exam, UPSC exams, okay, for many recruitment competitive exams. So remember, for non-leap year, instead of asking for Tuesdays, it may be asked for Sunday, it may be Monday, okay, whatever it may be, the probability is 1/7 for non-leap year. For leap year, 2/7, remember that.